flowers sure came today, just like they did yesterday. They say it makes Mayflowers grow, but in New York,
SpYDeR DaRLinG.
Well, if ever there was a time to sing this song, I think today's the day. It's called And It Rains. Street is cold and gray. It's just as sad along Broadway. Taxi cabs flash past me by. What's that falling from the sky? Soaked to the skin and I'm looking aside and it rains. Oh, it rains. April showers sure came today, just like they did yesterday. Makes Mayflowers grow, but in New York, who would know? Who would know? Who the hell would know? And it rains all day and it rains all night. I'm soaked to the skin and I'm looking aside and it rains. Oh, it rains. Never felt so alone, like a stranger in my own home. Tomorrow's bound to be the same. Won't see your face or call your name. Won't call your name. Every day's just the same. And it rains all day and it rains all night. I'm soaked to the skin and I'm looking aside and it rains. Yeah, it rains all day and it rains all night. I'm soaked to the skin and I'm looking aside and it rains. Oh, it rains. Oh, it rains. Oh, it rains. Oh, it rains.
Woo! Woo-hoo! All right, grab a mic and take a seat. That's what we do. Go back to the flow. Wow, and it does rain. It is raining and snowing
That's
and
the
all of
forecast.
it. So, like, when did you write this song? Like yesterday?
Actually, 20-something years ago,
Is that right?
I moved back from LA, and my first experience about being back in New York after living in California
Read
for.
that one because I'm always loud.
Okay. After being back in California.
Where are you born?
Utica, New York.
Oh, really?
AKA the armpit of the world, it was said one time.
Well, you know,
Everybody's got to be from somewhere.
people would battle you on that because a lot of people think where they come from is the armpit, but that might be one
Well,
of.
it's what, you know, there's a couple, you know, in the body of humanity. So, but yeah, I moved back from LA, and my first experience about being back in New York was, it rains here all the time. And it wasn't equal.
Because it never rains in LA.
Yeah, that song is equally true.
It never rains in California. Yeah.
And also, it was right around the same time that a great influence on me passed away, Johnny Thunders.
Okay.
And
thunder, rain.
Thunder, rain, yeah.
I get it. I'm not always good in history, but I am good in making connections.
Cultural connections.
Exactly. That I'm good at. Exactly.
So that's where
that was a great song.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks so much. Glad you enjoyed it. So
Yeah.
You can download it at my website.
Say it.
rew-who-nyc-king-prince-a.
Nice.
So go on there, check it out, and there's a few other songs you can preview and purchase if you care to.
So did you ever get to see that Mr. Johnny Thunders live?
Many times. Many times, yeah. Not as many as I would like, but.
It's amazing how much footage they do have of him, though.
And it's all, especially these days, because back, 20
Yeah,
years ago, there were like 3 books and there was like 10 pictures of him.
Right.
And now
it somehow comes out.
There's like
from
always
the
like his wedding photos.
Yeah, everything comes out, right?
Just
beware, I know. They find stuff on you, especially now. I heard through your cell phone they can find you, like take pictures. Hello?
Yes,
I mean, yeah, exactly, right? There's now that they want, I mean, the chances of them looking are probably zip. But if they want to find you, they will. And then I don't understand how they can't find, like, certain things, like when they say they can't find someone, like, I can't think of anyone right now except Bin Laden, but like, they couldn't find him. Do you think he's really dead?
Earhart,
You think he's really dead?
I'm not sure.
I always think Bin Laden is really living in a cave underneath George Bush's house in Texas.
Oh.
That's where I think he's living. I do. With a
almost
like in a place like I Dream Mancini's bottle, with the pillows and luxuries.
Oh, yeah.
He's living under Bush's house in Texas. I really, that's where
I wouldn't be that surprised.
I wouldn't either.
The way this government is,
right?
Expect the unexpected.
If he's living anywhere, that's where.
Well, as long as Obama's president, he's
He's staying under Bush's house. Exactly.
So.
Yeah, exactly. So you lived in LA, and did you love LA?
I'm one of the few New Yorkers who can truly say I am bi-coastal.
Yeah, I love LA too. I love LA. I love LA. I do. I really do.
I mean, Woody Allen is terrific. His California jokes are
I love Woody Allen too.
I was able to do pretty well on both coasts, I would say.
Good for you. So you travel.
The middle, not so much.
The middle, that's more like Utica.
Yeah. As soon as you cross a couple bridges, and it gets a little different. But Miami, New Orleans,
they're all cool places.
The partying cities, Vegas.
So you like the perimeter?
Yeah.
And there
What's
we go.
next for you? What's your next venture?
I'm working on some new recordings. I actually had a Halloween-oriented song that I finished just before Sandy came to town, and so be saving that.
Snooki came to town.
Oh, yes, we renamed it.
Hurricane Snooki.
And I did a cover of Warren Zevon's Werewolves of London, which the upside of that is there's a full moon every month.
Yes,
so,
there is.
It's not strictly a Halloween song, so
that's about the woman's monthly calendar.
Well, everyone's got their
you never knew that?
interpretation.
That's what the moon is. The moon is the woman. You know how women have a monthly cycle? That's what the moon's all about.
Many pagans and Wiccans believe the moon.
Yeah, I do.
Goddess.
Exactly. See, there you go. Exactly.
Who can say?
And the sun is supposedly the man.
And ironically, the Bloody Mustard song "I Like Pussy" is on right now.
There you go.
Oh,
See, there's another connection. See, we're all about connections on Rew.
It's on 4 bars.
Cosmic Connection. I love that song by the Bloody Muffs. It's a great song.
There you go again.
It's a great song. I love pussy. You can download that too. You can download that. But not on SpYDeR DaRLinG. But all right, so do you like Peter Pan?
Nothing against him.
You know it's the Darling family, right? You know that the kids in that movie, Jane and Michael, their last name is Darling.
Is that right? Oh,
yes.
Right.
Wow.
Once again, there's a fun fact for today.
Interesting.
I
You
know
never
Ron
knew
Darling
that?
from the Mets was about my only other reference to darlings besides.
Oh, I always think of Peter
Crest
Pan
Darling.
with you,
Huh?
the Darling.
Okay, well, I like to stay youthful as much as possible. And,
I feel like Peter Pan is like not famous anymore. Like, this generation, do they even know who Peter Pan is?
Is the peanut butter still? Is that?
Yeah, but that's bad peanut butter. It's like, yeah.
There's no such thing as bad peanut butter.
It's like bad peanut butter.
Pee-pee, Jif, and then there's like
now there's like the
bottom
dumbass
Peter
Trader
Pan.
but my peanut, the
Okay,
Trader
so the
Joe's,
not so
Whole
discriminating
Foods.
mothers choose Peter Pan, but you could still.
Well, Trader Joe's is taking over everything, but I was eating their almond butter, and someone told me that it was the greatest, so I started getting addicted to it, and then I couldn't find it, and I'm saying, where is my almond butter? And they were like, it got pulled. It was being made, and it was condemned, and they are not allowed to make that almond butter anymore.
Well, if you
Check that out,
maybe
Trader Joe's.
Maybe you can still find some jars on eBay.
No, thank you. I mean, it
yeah.
has poison in
No,
it.
thank you.
I mean, I can always blame it on the Trader Joe's almond butter. That's what did it. Yeah, but no, it's funny though. Peanut butter. Do you like peanut butter?
Oh yeah. Life was during the hurricane was reminding me of the Talking Heads song "Life During
One
Wartime."
jar of peanut butter
I got
lasts a couple of days.
got some groceries, got
Yeah.
some peanut butter.
Yeah.
So it keeps well. And
Yeah.
so it's
This
good to
ain't
keep
no
up.
mud club.
Mm-hmm.
I love that song.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so now it is National Almond Chocolate Day,
Oh,
and
excellent.
we need to get a skeleton from your closet. I know you got a good one.
Yes.
We're having a skeleton contest actually that New York City is getting plummeted. I don't know. And I hope people still do it. But the best skeleton between now and November 13th, it's supposed to be, wins a prize package from the television show Lost Girl. And I have a really cool swag package from that show to give to the person with the best skeleton. And nobody's really been voting on their skeletons or whatnot, so it doesn't look like that package is
I
going.
must have a nice
I'm
story.
not going to be
so-
winning it either. I gotta tell you.
Would you have a good skeleton?
Let's see. I did at one time, and this isn't going anywhere, right?
Only on YouTube.
Okay. I did own slippers, so that's.
You owned slippers?
I did not currently, but at one time I did own a pair of slippers.
And is this like supposed to be
Slippers.
like naughty?
It's what I got for you, or at least.
Did
one.
you ever lose one like Cinderella? Were they glass slippers? I know, I live in a fucking fairy tale.
I'm trying to imagine myself slippers.
Mhm,
Yeah.
See?
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. So
What color were they?
they were blue with red stripes on the side. with
Oh,
a
very,
little
very
elastic.
political.
Kind of,
Yeah, it's like a flag.
So in predicting my future political leanings, and
Maybe you'll be
So,
the
yeah.
mayor of Utica.
if there's an opening, and what it pays, and it's good to have a country home these days. Something to be said for higher ground as well as beachfront property, I think.
That's what I'm hearing, but you can't go by that. Come on, Malibu suffers all the time.
Oh
right?
yeah, there's houses slide right into the ocean. They build another one.
It's not the same as like these poor
Rachel's
people
always
on
my neighbor
Avenue
yesterday.
D.
I don't know.
Oh,
where
yes,
everything
they
was
were
at.
the-
Yeah,
Right. Cars are floating.
and you don't even hear about Avenue D. All you hear is Avenue C is flooded.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
hello, so where's D?
They forget D.
You know, like,
D.
that really annoyed me. Like, Avenue C, because now Avenue C is Avenue Chic. 20 years ago, they would not care about Avenue C either. I only woke up on those
Well,
places
no one who went there made it back.
Do you remember back in the day, did you ever go to Neither Nor? There were
Really?
after hours clubs on Avenue C and D, and like, you would like walk out of a club at like 6 or 7 in the morning, like, and say, where the hell am I? I'm like, oh my God, stray dogs would be over there and junkies, and that would be it.
Mhm.
And that was the only time you would go over there. Taxis wouldn't even go over there. You could not find anything. And then slowly, as it got nicer and nicer, like C, I mean, now even D is fine. It's darling, actually. Like, you know, your
Darling
kids,
Avenue.
your kids can walk on Avenue D now. Like, it's not bad, but they don't get reported as being flooded, and I don't like that. That's
absolutely.
not fair.
The
You
same
know?
as New Jersey and the same as Far Rockaway. Far Rockaway got hit really bad.
Oh, Far Rockaway
Oh,
is bad.
bad.
Yeah, and then
yeah.
Breezy Point.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Breezy Point,
Terrible.
some parts of the Lower East Side, Jersey City,
Long Island,
Long Island.
Staten Island.
Sandy didn't care, you know.
Snooki.
Sandy/Snooki, which way you voted.
Either way,
whether you went to
Snooki.
church or not.
I
you
just
know.
think if it is Sandy and it's Grease, she got back at Danny. 'Cause it once again, it's like the Guido freaking storm, right?
Oh.
Danny Zuko, right? Yeah, Zuko, it's all your fault, man. Yeah, under that bridge or whatever they did, you know.
Came through
And
like
then
Ace
look
Lightning.
who it was. It was John Travolta. Doesn't it figure? I mean, it all goes back to, you know, it's true. It's so funny, like when you read into things like stupidly.
It's like Sandy's revenge from
Exactly,
Grease.
that's what I feel like it is. I feel like it's
This
Sandy's
is like
revenge.
Grease 3.
No, they might have had that. This is
Straight
like,
to video.
yeah, something, right? So SpYDeR DaRLinG, what else is going? Which sign are you?
See if you can guess. One of the exceptionally well-balanced signs.
Libra.
Oh, wow, right on
That
top.
was really easy.
That's still, some people still like, well, I don't get that. So, okay, you're up on
So
it.
you
So,
recently just celebrated. Was it a good one?
hey, any birthday above ground is a good one.
There you go, there you go, there you
Yeah.
go. When's your birthday?
April 9th.
Oh, so you're opposite.
Really? Oh.
And I get along, believe it or not, I get along with the A's and the L's. So Aries and Libras are compatible with
Oh,
my
yeah.
sign.
We seem to be getting along pretty
Can you
well,
guess
so.
what my sign is? I get along with the A's and the L's. It makes it so easy for me. Aries, Aquarius, Leo, and Libra. That's what they tell me.
Sagittarius.
No.
Yeah.
Huh?
But
I
opposite
would
of
have.
that.
I would have thought.
That's the only other sign I know, so I was just.
It's the opposite of Sag. Sag is my opposite.
Taurus.
Oh, the Taurus is my next door neighbor.
Mhm.
Oh, we're getting warmer.
All right.
Almost
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
Gemini.
Yes!
Really?
Oh,
Three is my lucky
There you
number.
go.
Oh, super. Oh.
There you go. Very good, SpYDeR. You're here. Have another. Wow, you should go into a new profession
Yeah.
of psychic guessing.
Psychic phenomenon.
Exactly.
The never mind the Long Island psychic, the Chelsea psychic at your service.
Oh, I saw her on some show. But yeah, I can't thank you enough. So your website is Reverb Nation SpYDeR DaRLinG. We'll have it on our rew-who page.
You can
And-
also go to, I'm sorry, just SpYDeRDaRLinG.com.
And it's SpYDER.
Like you
The cool way.
mentioned before,
Right.
it's a tribute to Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars.
Ah.
Spider.
Interesting. Okay.
And
So
it
you
was the
got
80s, so
Ziggy
you had to have
and-
the crazy spelling in there also.
Well, it's still the 80s to me.
Mhm.
I'm
The
time
decade
warped.
that would not die.
Yeah, I guess that's the preservation of the alcohol. It keeps us living in the 80s.
Mhm.
I know,
Yes.
exactly, because in the 80s is when I did my
It
best
actually stuck in the
drinking.
90s.
I know. I don't miss the
But
80s,
I-
but I do miss the 80s because
I'm
we
not quite
didn't
ready for
know.
90s nostalgia yet, but the 80s is still.
Did the
pretty
90s even
rocking.
happen? I
Yes.
don't remember the 90s. It's like the
I was
80s
in
and
the
now.
80s, but the
Kinda
90s did not
jumped.
happen.
But speaking
Skip jump.
of the 90s, it was, for the longest time I was trying to be a little commercial. I'm thinking, well, people like songs from 20 years ago, you know,
Right.
because it reminds them, you know, the record buying public were, you know, what they liked back then. So I'm looking for a song to cover from the 90s.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Oh, there's got to be something.
There's
Think
like a
about it.
million songs.
Yeah, but, you know, of a rock and roll downtown Lower East
It's
Side
always hard to
nature.
pick a cover, period. I mean, I find that it's not easy. But I'm a Glee Club teacher.
Mhm.
That's
Oh,
my day
okay.
job. So like I get to stay current in the now with like
Mhm.
songs they want to sing. And I'll tell you, a lot of them are fun to play, but I
Mhm.
don't know if I'd ever sing them out at a show. But I like to know them. Of
Now
course,
you
as
still
I
have-
said, I don't retain
Mhm.
anything. So like when I'm up there looking for a cover, I can't remember. But there's always a
I
good
even ask
song.
people, you know, whose musical opinions I respect them. Anything good from the 90s? What do you think?
Nirvana. People.
But you're not
Yes.
going to do a out Nirvana, you know. It's got to be something you can kind of like put
Sonic
a little bit
Youth,
of a spin on yourself.
Smashing
yeah.
Pumpkins, Good Bjork.
Yeah.
Jewel.
All right, well, I should have asked you, I guess.
Yeah, Caroline's good at all that stuff.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you, my email so you can.
There you
yes,
go.
please, because the votes are still being tallied.
Good, good. So what is a cover that you do?
Well, that's why I just did the Werewolves of London.
Right.
Warren Zevon.
Philadelphia. I saw the only word that pops into my mind, the Werewolves of Philadelphia.
I was going to ask you, when were you in Philadelphia?
Oh, I lived in Philly for a little while.
As did I, so I'm just curious.
Oh, did you go to the East Side Club?
I did.
That's when I lived there.
Really?
I lived practically
It
in
was
the
like
East Side
80
Club.
to 83 around there. I went to Temple University.
Oh, I love Temple. I never looked at it until like my kid was looking at colleges, and I was like, God, I would go here. What a cool school that was. I mean, I'm like the kind of person that when I go somewhere, I'm supposed to travel, but I never do. I get stuck in that place
Just
for
dropped in there.
because
like
I want to get the vibe of where I'm at.
Yeah.
You know, like I
Yeah.
lived in London, and like I never made it to Scotland
Oh,
or
London,
Ireland or
London.
anything. You know, I mean. I had a plane ticket once to go to all these places. Like everyone was like, "Oh, we saw this." I would get to one place and I could never leave. I would like
Just get
fall
to
into
trouble.
some trouble and
Yeah.
like stay there until I
Dig right
had
in.
to leave. You know, like and then it would be
Yeah.
time to get back to London. You know, but in Philly, I was there 80. Yeah, somewhere around that time.
What was your favorite?
I
Did
love
you,
the
did you
East
see
Side
the
Club.
Cramps at the East Side Club?
I probably did.
Misfits.
I don't remember a lot, but
the classic shows.
did you remember Pretty Poison?
Yeah.
Oh, they were good friends of mine.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Pat, the bass player.
And
I
Jade
remember.
and the drummer. Oh God, I have so many pictures. I lived in a really nice place. I lived on 18th and Locust. I was managing a skincare salon at the time.
Okay.
That's yes.
It wasn't, but I was 13th and Pine, so.
I was on 18th and Locust.
Okay.
Oh my
probably passed
God.
each other on the way to McGlinchey's.
Yes, I was there. I
Okay.
had so much fun in Philadelphia. There were like places I found in that town that people that lived there never even knew of.
Mhm.
They had the best after hours clubs. They had. Did you go to Catacombs?
What were their
Maybe
times
once.
out there after hours?
Oh my
How
God.
are
It
the
closed
times
early. It
out
was
there?
like
Clubs
1
anyway?
o'clock. I
Yeah,
think,
but there were
Oh, that's
after
early.
hours.
Yeah.
No, it was an early town, but then there were
Oh.
lots of. Philly is like.
But they would start drinking early, too.
Philadelphia.
Oh, like 8, 9, then
Oh,
close
yeah.
at 1.
I got lucky there. Lucky and unlucky. I met a lot of terribly naughty people in Philadelphia.
They're-
I hear
That
They
was
can be
good.
very well preserved.
Yeah.
Yes.
I heard the little cookie.
It was great.
From naughty.
I loved that town.
Did you ever go to the Hot Club?
I did.
You did?
And the
Awesome.
Kennel Club. Did you go there?
Maybe once or twice. I don't
Yeah,
remember
they,
as much.
clubs in Philly are weird. They all have like credit cards. You have to join the club to be able to
So
go.
that way they could stay open after hours.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Oh,
and they
yeah.
always
I
had
remember
tricks.
that.
Like
Mm.
you would buy tickets.
Mhm.
Like they couldn't serve alcohol, so you would buy tickets, and a ticket you could trade for a drink.
Mm.
So they would. I've
Like
learned a
on a
lot of
condo.
like it's good criminal knowledge you learn in that provincial town of Philly. I don't think it's as fun as it was like everywhere else, but did you go to the East Side Club and then upstairs was the second story? Like the second story, I always used to tell them they got to change those names. The East Side Club should be the Lower East Side, and the second story was the Upper East Side.
Okay,
It
that
was-
would've been a
yeah,
good idea, yeah.
it was so perfect because that's how exactly it was, you know. Oh, I love that town. I had a lot of fun in Philly though.
Yeah, there was the Love
I was
Club.
there
Did you ever go there?
I did. I was there for like 2.5 years, but it was like 3 years or 5 because I never slept.
Oh yeah, it just goes by and.
I was always awake in Philadelphia, exactly. But the funniest thing, and then we got to go. The part that like people would come because I was a New Yorker living in Philadelphia. I used to know all the places that delivered. You know, people didn't realize that
You
people.
can pick up a phone and get food.
Yeah, they would come to my house to order food to get delivered. I was like, you can do this at your house too, because I used to have the draw menus,
menu
you
drawer,
know, like
of course,
yeah. And
Oh,
people
like
would,
any good New Yorker,
people
yeah,
in
the menu
Philly
drawer,
would
yeah.
come. Oh, they were like always in shock that you could get delivery there, like
But you couldn't get delivery from New York, unfortunately.
right.
So-
But it was just like. God, Little Peeps. Oh my God! I moved there Rolling Stone weekend. Do you remember when the Rolling Stones played?
Yeah, I saw it. Was there both days?
Me
Both
too, at
nights?
the stadium?
Yeah, JFK?
Yeah.
Or RFK.
That's the weekend I moved to Philadelphia,
Mhm.
and I went to
Oh,
see the
nice.
Stones.
Right around then was my move there as well. So
Ah.
I thought you looked familiar from the Stones. At,
Yeah, George Thorogood.
That's right.
Yeah.
Another just a quick anecdote.
See,
speaking
I
of
remember
show.
that. See, that I remember.
I remember because all right. Do you remember the band that was in between Thorogood and the Stones?
I don't.
Journey.
Oh, really? I don't like.
They had the #1 album at the time, and
Really?
they were booed off the stage.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
Journey.
Steve
played
Harvey
that
was
thing?
apologizing. He was like, "We've only got one more song. Please don't kill us."
Wow, and I was living right across the street. They stayed at the Barclay Hotel,
Mhm.
and we saw them pull out at I made my first friend that weekend, Mary Henwood. If you are alive and anywhere, find me. Mary Henwood was a cocktail waitress at the Barclay, and she would like have a lot of stories to tell, and she could probably eat this whole thing with skeletons in her closet. But she was hanging out with, they didn't say hook up in those days, with their manager. And I learned something about the Rolling Stones that weekend.
Uh-oh.
Every single town they sleep in, the manager has to go get them bathrobes, like brand new bathrobes. And
What
Mary
happened
Henwood went shopping with
The
him to
bathrobe
pick up
lady.
the bathrobes for the Stones for when they woke up in the morning.
Oh my. I don't even want to ask what happens.
I don't know, but they
That's
needed,
so weird.
I know.
What?
I just
Bathrobes.
remember they need fancy bathrobes to wake up with in every town they're in.
Really?
That's what they.
Some bands just have a fetish. I was reading that Warren Zevon, wherever he would go, he had to find a gray Calvin Klein V-neck T-shirt.
See, they do things like that.
And he would never, and someone was saying, "I don't know if it's your size." He's like, "That's okay, I never wear them."
Oh, see, they might
He
not
would
even
just
use
collect them.
Yeah,
He
see,
just
they
had
might.
a thing about it.
Yeah. So, what would your thing be when you're able to have a thing?
Who knows? I might have to bring back the slipper fetish. You know?
Oh, there you go. What about you? Would you have a thing?
No, I'm not sure. Good question.
All right.
I have a kind. It's a good question. No, just feathers, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. I
Yeah,
know,
that's
you know, it's all about the M&Ms. Pull the green ones out. You know, they all do stuff like that. I used to work at the Ritz.
I just want a bowl of just green M&Ms.
Yeah, well,
There we go.
people
Make it
do
really
do
work
that.
for it.
The Ritz used to have funny things like that, but the standout best thing of somebody like that was Leonard Skinner.
Mhm.
They are my all-time favorite. They needed Jack Daniels in everything. They had Jack Daniels sweet
You know something
potato
I like about that
pie,
band.
Jack Daniels macaroni and cheese,
Oh
Jack Daniels
my.
barbecue chicken, every single item that
Extra
they
Jack Daniels in the Jack
Jack
Daniels.
yeah, and it always
That's
registered.
classic.
I
Oh
loved
my
it.
God.
They
I wonder
really
what-
did
that's
that.
amazing. I wonder
Jack Dan, I always
Oh.
think Jack Daniels sweet potato pie. Oh my
I hope
God,
that tastes
Sounds
good.
good.
it sounds good, right? I know, Leonard Skinner.
Taste the home cooking right
They
there.
did it. That was their order. That was my favorite standout order.
That's gonna be something for
Or if you don't have the sweet potato pie, just bring it back.
Yeah, but
Thanksgiving.
Jack Daniels mac and
macaroni
cheese.
cheese.
I know. It was so awesome. I
Get
know.
some cookbook ideas here.
I know. Well, you heard it here. Yeah. So, any last shout outs?
I'd just like to wish everyone who's still recovering from Hurricane Sandy / Snooki
Yes.
the best. Stay strong. You've been through a lot, and
And go
Every
look
day just
outside
gets
your
better.
window right now.
God.
keep on keeping on, my friends.
And the clocks went back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, too much in one week.
Except
Too
I
much.
love that night.
If there was
actually.
ever a weekend that needed an extra hour, I'd
It was,
say
I
it was
actually
this one.
had the best gig Saturday night in Bay Ridge at Three Jolly Pigeons, and I was so happy those clocks went back because it's
Mhm.
like that was always my favorite night going out in Philly. That's when that
That's-
hour became
yeah, that's
my
when you
favorite
need that
night.
hour, yeah.
It's like yay, another hour!
Party.
Exactly. I love that. That's my favorite night of the year. I
And
think.
6 months later, when you have to give the hour back, it's like, what? We're closing already.
I know.
Oh, I hate that.
I
Every
know.
time
Can't
I phone-
Can't they just keep
Oh.
winding it back an hour?
I know. Yeah, I love fallback, but the ahead one once it only did once work in my favor. I was supposed to open up a store where I was working, and I was an hour late. And because I was an hour late, the clocks. I forget how it worked, but it worked in my wait. I
You have to really plan ahead for that one in the spring.
It worked in my favor because the clock went ahead. Oh, and so like 9 o'clock was 10 o'clock. So like somehow it worked that it was 9 o'clock,
you're
and I
at work
said
and you
I
wanna
was an
get out of
hour
work,
later.
that's good.
Oh,
You know what I
yes,
mean?
yes.
It worked. It worked in my favor that one
If you happen to
time.
be working that day, yeah, then, or that night.
Yeah, I opened an hour late, but
Oh.
it didn't matter because like I lied and I said it wasn't. I put it an hour late, and it's still only 9 o'clock, something like that.
Unfortunately, you can only get away with that
I
once a
should
year.
start eating these now. Exactly. I know. Well, thank you, SpYDeR
Thanks so much,
DaRLinG,
Sue, and
Reverb
Yes, great
Nation,
music. I love
Thank you
it.
so much.
King Book Chemist, love
Great
it.
to meet you.
That's
Thanks so much.
amazing.
Yeah, and we'll be back. with this crazy November 7th.
Hang in there, New York.
Go Obama!
Who would know?